Welcome to the Slice of Anime podcast, the podcast where we go over everything in anime news and whatever else is going on in the anime world. We talk about it. We just go on a little journey of whatever I want to talk about for the week. And this week is a fun week because not only do we have a lot to talk about in the news segment, but we also have a lot of figures to talk about. So let's get right on into that. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, helps the podcast keep going. And I do have some news about the podcast that you will want to stay tuned for until the off-topic segment later on in the podcast. We will have some news about what the future of the podcast looks like. So stay tuned for that. But before we get into that, we have a lot to talk about, including a news segment, which we have a few news things, and then a bunch of figure news. So let's get right on into that. So the first bit of news to talk about is that we have a anime adaptation for Please Put Them on Takamin-san. I think I'm saying that right. The manga I really enjoy. It's very fun, and I like it a lot. It's an ecchi series, so that's that. And I hope they continue to make it an ecchi series. I know I've talked about that before, to where I hope that there's been a few series to where they have taken away ecchi aspects of it in favor of being a more mainstream anime. I don't think that should be the case. I think if you make your series in manga form or whatever to be a ecchi series, you should stick to that, and it should be a ecchi series through and through. And hopefully this is no different. This is able to stick that way, do a gushing over magical girl situation or a plus size elf. I haven't watched that yet, but I've heard a lot of good things, and every clip that I've seen of it looks pretty good. It actually has surprised me how much this series actually looks pretty good. I was not expecting much because the first few images and brief clips of it we got looked pretty rough, and now it's seemingly, maybe they just put out some bad first clips because these other clips look pretty good. So I'm definitely going to check that out later on. But hopefully this anime adaptation is pretty good. I am hopeful that it will be. So we will stay tuned for that when it arrives. The next bit of information is from Aniplex. And this is a few different announcements, but the biggest one, in my opinion, I know that we'll get to the other one, but the biggest one, in my opinion, is that we knew that there was going to be a second season to Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, which season 1 followed the first 5 arcs. Yeah, 5 arcs. And then we had the next 3 arcs, technically 4, in the first, second, and third movie. Now we're getting the pretty much rest of the series in this final season here, of season 2. And that is going to be called Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. Now, if you are confused by that, that is the title of the 13th volume. So we have at least confirmation we're going through volume 13. Now, the series has been announced to be completing. I believe this second season will get us all the way to the ending. I am very hopeful that it is pretty good. I think it will be. I think they'll do a good job with it. They did good with all 3 of the movies, even though there was a gap between the first and second and third. The second and third pretty much were back to back, and now this. So I'm holding out hope that it is pretty good, and I think it will be. So we will stay tuned for that as it arrives. Now, they did announce as well a anime adaptation that it was like a big project that they were really hyping up, and a lot of people had expectations for what it might be. Sequels to series that they were really passionate about, and I knew this was not going to be the case. This was going to be something that was probably unknown to most people because they wouldn't have just announced it as a mystery project. They would have just announced, hey, there's a big news thing. They wouldn't have said mystery. And it turned out to be Secrets of the Silent Witch is getting a TV anime adaptation, and I don't know anything about it. So I know some people were disappointed in that, but I've heard a lot of people say that they're excited about it. So I don't know anything about it. I've never heard of this, so I don't know if it's a manga or light novel or what, but a lot of people seem to be happy about it. So there you go. That's probably coming next year sometime. There is one final bit of news that I'm going to be talking about today, and that is that, let me say the name right, San is Indecipherable is getting a season 2. Now, I didn't expect this. I was kind of under the impression that this series would be a one and done, kind of like a My Senpai is Annoying, My Tiny Senpai, kind of like those, to where it's just like a, hey, that was cute, that's it. Apparently not. Apparently we're getting a second season, and I'm fine with that because I enjoyed this season. Obviously, I think it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my least favorite, though. It was good. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm cautiously optimistic that they will be pretty good. One thing about this series is that it doesn't have an English release for its source material. Hopefully, with a season 2, that means that maybe we will. I believe the source material is over, so kind of odd that we're getting one at the after the series is over. Usually that doesn't happen, but apparently it does now. So there we go. But that is it for the news segment in terms of anime news. There was a few other things that got announced, but I just don't know anything about them. The only reason I brought up the Aniplex one was because it was treated as this big announcement, and so I brought it up. But everything else, I don't know anything about it. Like My Hero Academia ended this week. I don't know enough about it to be able to talk about it. I've not read the manga. I don't know anything about it. My Senpai is Annoying. I just mentioned that. It is also ending this coming week. I'm not caught up on that. I don't have any of the manga of it. Now, I would like to get it eventually, but I don't have it at the moment, so I just can't talk about it. But I have seen pretty positive things come out of that, so we will see as the reactions to that come out. And if there is any big announcements, then I'll bring them up here. But anyway, that is it for the anime news segment. Now, in the next segment, let's talk about some pre-order figures. Then we're going to go into some figures that have been announced, because we're going to do them backwards this week. So let's get right on into those pre-order figures. Now, as always, if you want to pre-order any of these figures and many more, you can do that on Entertainment Earth. Entertainment Earth is a website that I use to order a lot of my figures, and I have ordered a lot of recent ones from there. You can do that using my link down in the description. It will give you 10% off anything in stock, but if you want to pre-order figures from there, I do highly recommend them. They ship them very well and safe, and you will get their figures as soon as they release in the United States. And that means not that bad of shipping costs compared to like AmiAmi or other Japanese-based sites. So, and if you buy anything from them in stock or pre-orders, it does help out the channel, which is greatly appreciated. So anyway, there's two figures that I want to talk about, and technically three. There's two Hatsune Miku figures that were announced. One of them was a Miku Expo 2023, the VR version. This one is very cute, but I think it is a bit overpriced from what I'm seeing. If obviously, I thought that about the Miku that you can barely see over here. I thought that about that, but it ended up being one of my favorites. There is another one. It is a pop-up parade of the 2024 Racing Miku, and or was it 2023? Might have been, it's 2023 Miku, but it's the Thigh Miku, and I didn't expect this one to get a pop-up parade. It is getting one. I also have the big figure of it ordered, like the scale figure, so we're going to check out both of them, see how they compare to one another. This is one that I'm very excited about because I really like this design. So we will see how that one turns out whenever it arrives. The final one here that I'm going to talk about is that a few months ago we did get a Rim figure that was like this water dress, and I really liked that because it was something unique that I had not seen before. And now we're getting a Ram figure that is the same thing pretty much, but Ram. So if you want to get both of them, there you go. I don't know if this one is available on Entertainment Earth, but there is more Ram figures there if you'd like to check them out. This one may be available there. If it is not, I know it's available on AmiAmi, but be aware you will be paying that higher price tag at AmiAmi. So just be aware of that. Now that'll be it for the figure news this week. Now we do have a lot of figures to talk about that have been announced, but they're going to be in our topic of the week because this week was a big week for anime figures because WonderFest, I think it was WonderFest, took place, the fall or the summer version of that, and it is a big thing ran by AmiAmi is a big partner in that. There's a ton of figures that are announced through them. Not only that, but SmileFest also happened, which was kind of odd because they had a Smile Fest earlier in the summer that announced a lot of stuff. This was like a smaller Smile Fest, I think. I don't know what this was, but we got a few things from that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through all of these announced figures, not all of them, some of them that I have something to talk about. Now, if you would like to see all of the figures that were announced, I will leave a link down in the description to both the Smile Fest gallery and the WonderFest gallery, if I can find one. If not, then I will link you to a Twitter page that they announce a ton of figures. You can go check them out. They are great, and they're where I get most of this information from. So go check them out if you want to. But let's get right on into that and start talking about all these figures because there's a lot to talk about. So the first few that we're going to talk about here is from a company that is called CD Cole. I think that's right. They're all scale figures, and these are really interesting. The first one of these is an eye figure from Ocean Co. This one is pretty cute. I don't know if I'll pick it up, but it is something that I think could be fairly popular because we haven't really got. I think I could be one of those characters that you could just make in any outfit, and it would sell. So I hope they do more of that. This may be a sign of things to come. Hopefully that is the case, but it is a very cute one. And depending on this, like this is only a picture of it, so we haven't gotten any like renders of it or unpainted models of it. So it is still early in production. But once we get some pictures of it, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I will pick it up. But we will have to see about that. Now the next one here is a 4 set here, and it is all Konosuba figures, and it's like a pajama set. Well, 3 of them are. One of them is like a maid outfit, but we'll get to that. But the 3 that are in like their pajamas here are Darkness, Aqua, and Union. These are pretty good, I'll be honest. It's once again depending on how they turn out because they had some for My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu that they made that were like lingerie versions. I didn't like them. I thought they didn't look as good as I thought they would, and the first images of it didn't look as good as what the figure ended up being. So I'm cautiously optimistic once again about these, but I think they could be pretty good. The one that I didn't mention was the Megumin, and that is in a like cat maid outfit here. I don't really like this one. It is something cool if you're a Megumin fan. I wish they would have just made her a pajama set. I don't know why they didn't, but they didn't. So, unfortunately, that is the case here. Now, let's get on into some more here. Now, there's a ton of gushing over Magical Girl figures that were announced. This series has blown up in terms of popularity, in terms of figures, in terms of merch. This series is getting a ton of stuff, and I'm very grateful for that because this was one of my favorite series of the year so far, and I'm glad it's getting the merch it deserves. So we're getting 3 scale figures. There will be more that I'm going to talk about later, but these are the 3 from CD Cole. Now, I don't remember all of these names, but the yellow girl, that is one of the 3 from Trades Magica, she's getting a scale figure. No real word on what kind of design it is. I would assume it's just the standard outfit, which is fine. Then we also are getting one of the blue and this one here. We're getting her, which I am also very excited about because she's also a great character. Now, I think there could be more that they could do with this figure in particular, which we'll talk about later, that they obviously aren't scared to do certain figures. We'll talk about that, but there's one for her. Glad they're getting it. That means we're only lacking 2 figures, or 2 characters that haven't been made, and that's the one that's real, the small one, and then the other one from her partner thing. So we'll see. Now, one that I do remember her name is Kiwi, and Kiwi is getting a scale figure as well. So very exciting for that. Now, let's talk about one Nindroid that was announced. We have some more later, but as for Nindroids, this is the first one, and that is the Isla from She Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. She's getting an android. no real surprise there. I wouldn't be surprised if they make at least 1 to 2 more from this series. I think the little sister could get one. I think the big sister could get one. So stay tuned. I'd almost bet that we will see more from this series. But we are getting at least one figure from them so far. Now, we have another Gushing Over Magical Girls figure, and this is just a Bezier, just a seemingly a standard one. I'm going to check it out whenever it arrives. We've gotten a few of these now, so I do think they're kind of hitting us over the top of the head with these. I would like to see that like advanced version of her character. I think that would be a really cool figure if they ever made it. But for now, this is cool, and I have no real complaints with it. You know, I just hope that they don't make so many of these and they don't all sell great because they're all fighting with one another. And then they're like, why didn't they all sell? Well, because you made 4 of the same figure. So that's just me. We did get a couple of My Dress Up Darling figures, and they are some interesting ones. Another CD Cole figure here is her in her Utica. This one could be really, really cute if done right, and I think it will be. I don't know what the scale on this one will be. It's still in just the image, so not even a like render of it. It's just a picture of her from the anime, so obviously very early on. This will probably be 2025 to even 2026 before we see this one. Hopefully not, but it will be later on, so we will see as it arrives. But for now, we do know it's coming, and it does excite me a lot on what it could be because I think it could look really good. Now the next one here is pretty much the exact opposite of that one. That one was a really defined, very pretty, very elegant type figure. This one is just her with her legs spread open, and yeah. But it's a good figure. I actually do just want to get this just because of how absurdly the pose is here. Like, they knew what they were doing here. They knew. So, fun if you're wanting a more ecchi Marin look here. So, there you go. Now we did get another scale figure here that is coming soon. This is Kana from Oshinoko in kind of a fun little jumping pose here thing. It looks pretty good. It's still unpainted, so I don't know exactly what this will look like, but it looks pretty good from what we've seen, so no real complaints there. We also did get this one, is another CD Cole, and this is from Rascal Does Not Dream Bunny Girl Senpai. This is a Mai figure in her PJs, which looks very cute. So there you go. Now this one is one that I am very excited about, and it is another CD Cole scale figure, but this is a 3-pack, and I know we've gotten a few of these from Love Live before, but this one is one that has 3 figures in it, and it has the purple girl from Hasanasora, don't remember her name, sorry, and then Ellie and Dia. Really excited about this one. It's based off a Love Live Days cover, and there's some really good covers that they've made from this, and I hope they continue to do this because I'm going to buy this figure for sure, and hopefully they'll continue to make these, and hopefully we will get many more to come. So now let's move on because we have even more to go. We have a Onimai figure here. This is in the like bunny girl outfit here. This is not from Freeing. It's just another figure that's going to be a bunny girl from there. Probably won't pick this one up. There is a bunch of Onimai figures that have been announced, and I'm going to even mention one more here in a minute. But this one does look pretty good, depending on the posing, because right now it's in her jumping pose. I don't think that's what we'll get, but could be pretty good. Maybe. We will see how it turns out when we get more images of it. The next one here is from Wave, and it is the bigger, voluptuous girl from the series. She is getting a figure as well, so this one might be pretty good if you're into getting like multiple characters from the series. This is the second figure, or second character we've gotten besides the main girl, so pretty cool there. I don't know how this will turn out. I think it could be... I have mixed opinions on how this might turn out because I think it could look a little off depending on how they do it. But anyway, we'll see. The next one here is another Oshinoko figure, another Kana figure, and it is like a cat bunny, or not a cat, cat made figure. Cute, probably won't pick it up, but that's just me. Obviously, I know a lot of people are into the series, and rightfully so. The next one here is a really fun one for me because it is from Too Many Losing Heroines, which is a brand new series that I am really, really enjoying. We'll talk more about that next week. But it is the main girl from that in her swimsuit with a little chair. Looks great. Hopefully we get this very soon, but it looks great. I cannot wait to get this figure. Now, we do have another My Dress Up Darling figure. This is in the maid outfit, or like the cosplay outfit, and this one is pretty much just her holding her dress up so you can see her thighs and everything. Cute. Depending on how it looks, I might pick it up, might not, but we'll see. The next two here are an interesting set because a few months ago we got the wedding dress outfits announced for Licorice Recoil. I pre-ordered them. Now we're getting Aniplex versions of Licorice Recoil pairing in wedding dresses. Now, obviously, you could argue this isn't wedding dress. This is just a summer dress. They're dresses. It's the same thing pretty much. Now, these are cute dresses. Chisato's got the shorter one. Takina's got the longer one. But I do think it's like counterintuitive to release two dress pairings at the same time. Let the first run go all the way through, then put yours out. That's just my opinion, but we'll see. Now, the next one is one that I think could look really, really good if done right. I don't know if I'll pick it up because I already have a figure from this, or I actually have two figures from this set, and that is, I have two figures from this set. That is from Urli and April. It is the pairing of them with their violin and piano in the, like, starry ocean thing that they're in at the finale when they're playing together. That's really cool, and I think it could look really, really good if done right. If it isn't done right, I think it could look really bad. So we will see how that turns out. Now, this figure here is one that I am very cautiously optimistic. I've said that a lot today, but I'm really cautiously optimistic about this one. And that is, it's a Bocchi the Rock set with all four of them holding hands, doing the jumping pose when they take the picture. If done right, this could be a figure of the year. Now, I don't know if this will release this year. Probably not. But it could be a figure of the year next year because this could be great. Now, this will probably be like a $300 figure. And depending on how it looks, I might pick it up because this could be great. And I hope it is because this would look so good if it's done right. If they put it on a good base, it could look great. I really have high hopes for this one. Another fun one here that not much to say about is a Kano from Demon Slayer. We are getting this that is coming out probably next year sometime. But fun one there. Not a whole lot of Demon Slayer was announced. So if you're a Demon Slayer fan, we didn't get a whole lot. So there you go. Now, a few of them from Quest Q. And they are, the first one here is the the big sister from My Dress Up Darling in a like t-shirt here. Looks cute. Not a whole lot to say about it. The next one here is a Sylphie from Mushoku Tensei in like a swimsuit version. Cute if you're into that. And I'm holding out hope that we didn't have any Freeing figures announced right now. Freeing kind of has been doing their own thing. They just announce them randomly. They don't really announce them in chunks like they have been. But I'm holding out hope that we get a 3-pack, or it wouldn't be 3-pack. It would be like they released 3 of them of Mushoku Tensei bunnies. I think it'll happen. When, I don't know. But we know we're getting season 3, so we know it's still going to be popular. I'm holding out hope that they do make them because I think they would sell very well. I really do. So, fingers crossed. I think it's coming. Now we did get 2 Lum figures from Urusei Yatsura. We did get one in her like school uniform, as well as one in a bunny outfit with her holding like the hat and everything. Both could be very cute whenever they are released. Don't know if I'll pick them up. I want to find one really good Lum figure, and I haven't really decided what I want. There's a few of them that look good. Don't really have a preference really yet, but hopefully I'll find one soon. We did get this fun little 3-pack here, and it is of the Spy Family trio. She is sitting on the little penguin thing here. Yours like leaning down. It's just a cute figure. I don't really have a lot of like thoughts on it besides it's very cute. If you want a like 3-pack of them, there you go. So yeah. The next one here is another Budgie the Rock figure. It is the drunk girl from that series. Very fun. If you want a figure of her, personally, I probably won't buy this because I just want a like pack of the main 4. I've got that right now, and I've got an Android of her, so I don't really need a figure of her right now. But we'll see whenever it arrives. It is from Wave, which I like Wave. I think they do a good job with most of their figures, so we will see as it comes out further. Now the next one here is a very fun announcement because seemingly we are getting a 1/7 scale of every Hasunasora girl. Now, the only thing they put out was that they're coming. Now, what outfits? What does it look like? We don't know. They're from Plum, which Plum has been putting out a lot of Love Live figures lately. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping that we get some really cool ones. I am still holding out hope that we get some Nindroids of Love Live again, because we got 2 of them. We got Conan, and then we got Cuckoo from Superstar, and now we got Yohane from the Yohane series. Now they did make the entire Sunshine set. They made 2 entire lines for School Idol Project. Hopefully they make Nijigasaki one day. Hopefully they finish the Superstar line. Hopefully they make Hasunasora. But hopefully, we don't know. We'll see as it comes out. Now, we did get another one here. This is a Lulu from Dragon Maid. I probably won't pick this up, but it is a very spicy one if you want that. I'm holding out hope that we get a bunny girl of her and Elma very soon. I think we probably will, but we will see. We will see. Now, I'm going to skip this one, but we'll come back to it. We did get this figure here. This one looks pretty good. It is a Mau Mau version of her in the like robe outfit. Very pretty, very pretty. I will probably most definitely buy this figure. One of my favorite characters now. I loved season 1, loved it, and probably my top 10 anime of all time. Now season 2 is coming out next year, and I'll make my opinions on that whenever we watch it. But so far, so good. So this figure I'm very excited about. We did get a Elena here from Wandering Witch. Very cute. We've gotten quite a bit of Elena stuff, and no season 2, so disappointing there. A fun one here is Kay from Love is War. Now we did have a lot of figures from Hayasaka, Kaguya, Chika, even Miko has got a lot of figures. First figure of Kay that I know about, so very cool there. I might pick this one up because I don't think we'll get a bunny girl of Kay. I could see one of Miko. I don't think we'll get one of Kay. Now we did get another Hasunasora figure announcement. We got these 2 pairing here. It is in these like red dresses here. This one I'll probably pick up. I don't know if I'll wait around for the other ones. Maybe this is the same one. I don't know, but this one is really cute. I like this pairing here. Now, we also have a figure here of Yuna from Kuma Bear, with the little bears here. It's very cute. I have a figure of her in her bear outfit, and I also have one of her in the bunny, or the bear bunny outfit thing from Freeing. Probably won't pick this up because I think there's better ones, but it's very cute. If you want another Yuna figure, if you're a big fan of Yuna, there you go. Also got another Elena figure here. This one, like I said, getting a ton of Elena stuff. No season 2. Don't know why. And then we also got a Roxy figure here of her in her swimsuit. Very cute there. And I believe, other than the one I want to mention last, that is it for that show. Now, I will mention we did get a couple of Nindroid announcements. We've got the girl from Days with My Stepsister. We got her. And then we also got My Losing Heroines is getting a Nindroid as well. So we did get both of them coming soon. So very fun there. Now, the final one that I want to talk about is a figure that I talked about last week a little bit. And it was one that I just didn't expect we would ever get. I thought it would be like something that they would be like, nope, we're not making that. But they actually did, and we got a teaser of it last week, and I showed you that teaser where it had all the tape over it to where we couldn't see it. This week we've got some images of it, and it is the main Magenta from Gushing Over Magical Girls in the outfit she wears whenever she versus Magenta with just the like pasty things on. Didn't expect this figure. I didn't expect this figure, but it looks really good. I told you in that first thing that I was worried that the skin tone might look bad, especially being completely, there's no real like joints or anything. Not an issue. I think it looks really good. I'm very excited about this figure because like they don't make, like main companies don't make these type of figures very often. Yes, we get them from other companies that specialize in that, but main companies don't make these that often. I'm very excited to see how they do this one. Could be really good, could be not that good. We will see. We will see. This one will be a fun one to review. Probably won't be able to monetize that video whenever it comes out, but we'll see. But yeah, there's a lot of figures that were announced. Personally, judging the entire like show, I think there was some good stuff. I don't think there was anything that like blew me away that I'm like, I gotta pre-order that as soon as it goes out. There's some that I'm like, yeah, I'll probably check that out. The Magenta maybe, but other than that, there's nothing that I was like blown away by. I think there was a lot of cool stuff. I think for a lot of fans, there were a lot of stuff that they may be really interested in. Personally, I think there is a mix of both for me. That I think there was some really cool stuff, but I think there was some stuff that, there was a lot that I didn't even mention because they were like, either I was completely, just unfazed by it, or they were from series I didn't know. So, like I said, if you want to see all of that, go check out the Twitter profile down in the description. They have posted everything from not only the main show from WonderCon, but also SmileFest. So go check out that if you want to see all of that. So, there you go. But that will about do it for the figure news. So let's go ahead and get into the next segment. Now, the next segment usually would be Q&A, but I didn't do any Q&A. I'm still kind of not sharing the Q&A because it got spammed with a bunch of stupid people a week ago, so I'm not putting that out there for just a few weeks, but that'll be down in the description if you want to put anything out there, but I'm not posting that on Twitter or anything, so didn't have any this week. I could have went back and found some, but it's all spam now, so I just deleted it and reset it, so it's still the same link, but I don't have any of the old questions that I didn't answer, unfortunately. So, yeah. But we are going to talk about the off-topic segment here for a minute, and it is going to be talking about the channel in general and mostly the podcast. So the podcast has been going for, this is the 8th week in a row. And I'm very happy with, or I'm pleasantly surprised with how it has gone. There has obviously been some weeks that it did very, very well, and some weeks to where it just didn't really perform that well. Probably because of the topic that I put in the thumbnail or put in the the title just wasn't that interesting to most of you, and that's fine. I understand. But the podcast will be coming to a season 1 finale next week. I will be going to Anime NYC at the end of the month, and then I will be going on vacation for a few weeks. And because of that, I have no real way to do a podcast whenever I'm out of town. So it's just impossible for me to make a video to where I'm talking about current events and then doing that a month in advance to record, like to pre-record it so it'll go out on time. If I record everything before I go to Anime NYC, then all the news that I talk about, or the video you watch in September, will be a month late. So I can't really do that. So unfortunately, because of that, I'm going to call next week the season 1 finale of the podcast. Now, the podcast is not going away forever. Season 2 will begin in October, probably last week of September, actually. So stay tuned. It will be returning. Until then, I can't always guarantee there will be a video on Sunday. If there's not, there'll probably be a short in its place. If not, it'll just be something fun. But there will be still main videos going up. No real change to that. I have plenty pre-recorded, plenty that I have planned to pre-record before Anime NYC. There'll be Anime NYC videos coming out, so don't worry. Plenty more to come, so stay tuned for all that. But the podcast will be taking a brief, about a month break, and then we'll be back to talk about everything moving forward. So, and the off-topic section of that will be filled with NASCAR stuff, because it'll be playoff time, and we can talk about the playoffs and that. So if you're a motorsports fan, there you go. We have plenty to talk about there. But aside from that, like I said, main videos won't be changing. So it will be standard stuff, just no podcast for a brief bit. So I hope you understand that. As for this coming week, we do have some videos planned, but it'll be in a bit of a different format than normal, because Monday usually gets a video. It's not getting a video. Tuesday will be getting a video this week, and that will be my anime room tour 4-year anniversary, anime anniversary. Tuesday is the year anniversary, or the 4-year anniversary of the day I started watching anime, because I know where I was at whenever I did it. So we will be doing a full anime room tour on Tuesday. That will be going up then, and then we will have a video on Thursday, or I'm either going to put one out Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, or just Tuesday, Thursday. Haven't decided what I'm going to do, but you'll get at least 2 videos, maybe 3, but definitely a video on Tuesday, because that one's coming out then. Also, I'm going to be changing a few things on how I do Nendoroid unboxings. Nendoroid unboxings really haven't done as well as I hoped in terms of like view count, people watching the whole entire thing. A lot of people just watch the beginning and then they cut to the end where I show the close-up of it and then they leave. That's fine. I understand. That's probably what I would do too. So I'm going to be changing the way I do Nendoroid unboxings for like really popular ones like the Licorice Recoil pair. They will be getting main videos. But for videos like this one here, this will probably just end up being a short. Now this one I might just save and do with the Mau Mau. Now if I have Mau Mau, I'm going to do both of them in a main video. But like this Sumi here, she'll be the last one to have a main video of her that is just a single figure. But the other ones here will, like future ones, if they're not that popular of a character, not from a very popular series, they're just going to be shorts. So I hope you understand that. Hopefully it goes well. And I hope you understand this change going forward, because shorts been doing very well. Main videos are very hit or miss. So we're trying to get that main video feed to be as good as possible. So stay tuned. Hopefully it gets better moving forward. Now, that is about it for this. And what will be that next week's topic? Because obviously that'll be our finale. Now, next week's topic will be going over everything in summer of 2024 anime season, talking about my favorites, talking about some I don't really like, some surprise hits. This is a really interesting anime season that I don't think a lot of people are talking about as well as they should. So stay tuned for that. It'll be really fun in my opinion, and we will also have a fun farewell for season 1 of the podcast. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week for the season finale. But thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.